Hello everyone and welcome back to Beef Reacts. Today we're going to be watching a death battle. We're going to be watching Rick Sanchez versus the Doctor from Doctor Who. Who do I think is going to win this one? I've seen Rick and Morty, I've never seen Doctor Who. I'm going to make the assumption Rick Sanchez wins it because he's a murderous fuck. Damn it, where's the dummy? I just kind of assume that because every single time I've ever seen Rick Sanchez do anything, it's violent and like the, modern nihilistic personality just makes me kind of think he's doesn't really care for others and their existence. So since he doesn't really care for others and their existence, then it just seems like he's gonna just be ruthless about it. But that's just me.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
Rick Sanchez,
Whoops.
The Doctor.
These brilliant geniuses dominate the cosmos, but who would win an
Apologize
all-out
about the
brawl?
feedback.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills.
Does everyone just use the David Tennant Doctor Who because that's everyone's favorite? Because are they gonna go back like the 60 years of content for this? For this character?
Find out who would win a death battle.
Is it 60 years? When did Doctor Who first come out?
Everything about Morty Smith's
7?
life was perfectly average. Average house, average family, average school.
Maybe slightly below average intelligence.
But
I wouldn't say average school. I'd say below average. He's shown to be absolutely stupid.
everything changed the day his grandpa Rick came home.
Yeah, in style. Cause Rick Sanchez is anything but average.
Rick is easily the smartest man.
Full name, Rick Sanchez, age 70 years old, height 6'6", home dimension C137, aka the smartest man in the universe, Galactic Federation criminal, likes McDonald's, alcohol, planets, dislikes pirates, squirrels, Rick Prime, his blue hair is natural. I just want to say something. I watched the first 3 seasons of Rick and Morty, big fan. But I stopped being a fan around season 3. Like, I stopped really caring. And, like, I think the show unintentionally attracted a certain type of fan who assume they're better than other people, which, listen, if you want to think you're better than somebody else, go for it. I mean, like, I don't. Like, I personally don't think I'm better than anyone, nor do I think anyone's better than me. Like, I kind of think we're all equal under the sun here in terms of, like, value. That being said, in season 3, they really hammered in the whole smartest man in the universe thing. And this could just be a Dan Harmon thing, but I think he just writes self-inserts. Like, Joe McHale's character, why the fuck can't I remember? From Community, self-insert for Dan Harmon. Rick Sanchez, self-insert for Dan Harmon. Like, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I just don't like that. Like, if an author's gonna write a self-insert, there's usually, like, you want to put in some modicum, like, even, like, in my own book, like, I made a self-insert in a way of I took a lot of my experiences and then, like, I made sure to muddy the water as much as possible by putting things that never happened to me in there, but keeping a similar personality. And then I wrote other characters to combat and attack that personality, or at least make that personality deal with issues that would be involved in it. And I'm not even saying that Rick doesn't do that, but, like, when I started watching season 3, all I really remember is everyone just kind of blowing Rick for like 20 minutes, and then at the end I was like, I don't like this. I think this is boring, so I'm not gonna watch it anymore. And that was my experience. Maybe it got better. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. If not, coolio.
man in the universe, and its most dangerous criminal. He spent years on the run from the Galactic Federation, going on adventures across the multiverse.
Who cares about the emotional trauma from abandoning his daughter, right? And then he took her son and put him in life-threatening danger. Bye!
Thus formed the greatest
Why?
duo of the generation, Rick and Morty.
I doubt
mostly
that.
Rick. Morty's the cannon fodder who smuggles grapefruit-sized seeds up his ass. And that's just the first episode.
Rick is an unparalleled inventor, always ready to face even the squanchiest of alien foes.
He's got your usuals. Laser gun.
Class C cyborg implants, drones, gravity guns, hologram decoys, invisibility belt, laser weapons, mind manipulators, and a Mr. Meeseeks box. Again, I don't see how Rick loses this one because bro is just insane.
Gun, invisibility belt, shrink ray, cyborg implants, the works.
As well as some weirder things, like a Mr. Meeseeks box, which can summon an
Nanofiber defense mesh, Omega device, Operation Phoenix, portal gun, time manipulators, time stop, probability manipulation, and a respawn
infinite
button.
number of irritating temporary life forms that will work tirelessly to accomplish a given task.
Or a series of android decoys that are so perfectly created, they don't even realize they're decoys, which leads them to create decoys that create decoys, and so on.
Rick's gadgets can erase your memories, manipulate and travel through time, and even make a surface true level, as in perfectly flat, something normally mathematically impossible. So beautiful that experiencing it for only a moment before returning to non-Euclidean space can emotionally scar you for life.
He can even inject you with his own genetic info and instantly chest burst a clone of himself from inside you, like a pasty alcoholic xenomorph.
Why?
What the hell?
Rick and Morty travel the universe in the space cruise.
I didn't even think about it. Oh, I don't have the subs on. That's my bad, everyone. Why? Not why. It's like, I understand why Rick and Morty does this, and I understand why Death Battle always gives like a really nice, quick recap of what goes on in the show. But like, why in the sense of how? Who? Okay, cool.
Cruiser, powered by a microverse under the
Artificial intelligence, automatic parking, dark matter-based engine, disintegrator gun, flamethrowers, grow ray, laser minigun, microverse-based power cell, robot arms, and windshield wipers.
hood. This compact starship comes equipped with laser cannons, a fishing line that can tow a solar system, and a unique artificial intelligence.
With all that crazy sci-fi gear, Rick and Morty's adventures were absolutely bonkers.
From disentangling a time loop created by alien snakes, to battling the metafictional story lord, to Rick turning himself into a pickle to avoid family therapy.
This guy would rather battle the Russian mafia as a vegetable than address his feelings.
Actually, pickle's a fruit.
Because boy oh boy, does he have a lot of them.
Behind the fart jokes,
That was a
and
great
lubba
episode.
lubba dub,
I'm not even gonna cap with you the episode where he almost like tries to end his own life and then doesn't, and the song playing in the background. It was a great episode. I won't cap. I loved it. I listened to the song on repeat for like a month. I was 18. You know, it happens. We all go through phases, but we all get better eventually, or we don't. And if we don't, we die, and then it doesn't matter. See? Look at that.
Rick harbors bitter emotional agony.
Way back when, in a completely different universe, the Rick we know had a happy life until another Rick from another universe took it all away, the bastard.
But like me, Rick is a true inventor, and this tragedy spurred him to craft his greatest creation, the portal gun.
My scans
Dope.
indicate it creates holes through all aspects of space-time, allowing Rick to travel anywhere in the multiverse. It sounds exhausting.
It can do more than that. It can slice you in half, set up traps, and even...
That's coming out of your paycheck. Decades of traveling the
In his own dimension, Rick's daughter died without children. Rick usurped the position of Morty's grandfather from his dimensional counterpart, Rick Prime. Oh. Cool.
multiverse hunting down the man who ruined his life darkened Rick's heart. He began to ask himself, if there are an infinite number of universes with an infinite number of each person, How did any individual life matter?
Sounds like he's overthinking it.
Like the time he accidentally turned all of humanity into horrific Cronenbergs. He and Morty had to escape to a parallel universe where they swap places with recently deceased versions of themselves. What does that do to a person?
Makes him badass. When Rick found the
Officially dubbed the Rickest Rick. Lame. Dodged automatic gunfire as a pickle. Space cruiser towed a solar system. Oh my god, I can't read words good. Dismantled the Galactic Federation, survived a space cruiser orbital crash, flew to the Andromeda Galaxy and back in one evening, defeated the Citadel of Ricks, the World Ender. Excuse me. The World Ender, the President, and Rick Prime. Is the Rick Prime stuff good? Because I'll come back to watch season 6, I guess, because I want to know if it's worth it. It didn't feel worth it.
Interdimensional Council of Ricks. He kicked their teeth in. Like they say, he's the Rickest Rick of them all.
That he is. Just touching the hem of his coat can activate his energy shield or even induce instant death. Yes, instant. No, it isn't explained why. Though considering this reaction, it's likely a chemical released through the coat's lining.
Rickest Rick, Wiz. He's dodged an orbital space laser from just a few feet away. He's so smart,
That's awesome.
He figured out he's in a TV show. Yep, really.
Perhaps most mysterious is Operation Phoenix, a series of clone bodies that his consciousness can be uploaded to upon his death. Despite eventually taking it offline, his mind is still connected to every other Operation Phoenix across the multiverse,
Giving him an infinite number of extra lives, even if some of them are shrimps and fascists.
Some of his devices can destroy the Earth, the
Rick
universe,
137 should
even
be capable of
numerous
replicating the feats and inventions of any other Rick within reason. There.
alternate timelines. He actually did that just to manipulate the stock market.
Though underneath the drunken god complex, there's still a glimmer of the family man Rick used to be.
Well, as much as he insists that love is just a chemical reaction in the brain, he does care about his daughter and grandkids. And Jerry. Sometimes.
He's taken on an alien Zeus, the president of the United States, and the actual devil, even exiting the bounds of fiction into meta-reality, fighting Jesus H. Leaping Christ himself, and meeting Joseph Campbell. Talk about a hero's journey.
Yo, he met Joseph Campbell. That's kind of dope. For those who don't know, he is the writer of Hero with 1,000 Faces. A lot of stuff where Luke Skywalker, a lot of people have based a lot of things on his work. Dan Harmon included, because Dan Harmon didn't like the hero's journey. He wanted it to not be a hill. He wanted it to be a circle, which is why there's never actually any character development in Community or Rick and Morty. Now that, by the way, that could have changed. I'm just pointing out that those are his own words that he talked about and have said about how he writes, where have them go through action, go through their thing, and then end in the exact same spot without really changing. That's how you write flat characters, write arcs, and then make sure you can continue writing the same fucking thing over and over.
Challenge Rick at your will. He might look like a scrawny, drunken septuagenarian, and he is, but he's also, somehow, the greatest warrior in the universe.
And you can lick his balls.
Okay.
Ian Chesterton and Barbara Wright were just your average school teachers, with a less than average student. Susan was odd, almost like an alien. And when they met her grandfather and his police box, they found out why.
They were aliens, and that police box was the TARDIS, a 2-in-1 spaceship and time machine.
Thus, they were whisked away into the stars, kicking off over half a century of timey-wimey adventures with a revolving cast of companions, like Sarah Jane Smith, Rose Tyler, the Brigadier, Amy Pond, and so many more.
Complete with the cheesiest special effects you've ever seen.
This madman with a box had a name he would never tell, and a history he would always run from. He was only known as the Doctor.
Doctor
Dope.
who?
Exactly.
Doctor exactly?
Though the Doctor's origins are shrouded in mystery, we know they were born several thousand years ago.
Full name unknown, age at least 2,000, species Time Lord, shortest height 5'6", 7th and 13th, Tallest height 6'3", third and fourth. Has had 7 spouses, including Cleopatra and Marilyn Monroe. Likes jelly babies, bow ties, and companions. Dislikes apples, bureaucrats, amen, and Daleks.
Ago, and earned degrees in cosmic science and higher dimensional physics.
But he got bored with the stuffy Time Lord bureaucrats, stole a TARDIS, and explored time and space as a runaway. Who can forget those adventures chasing dinosaurs on a spaceship, dueling Robin Hood with a spoon, or shoving Hitler in a closet?
Yeah, we know it's kind of weird. It's British.
But if you don't know
But
who's
dope.
who, you're probably wondering, who are all these people? A bunch of old guys, young guys, a lady, and one of the Three Stooges? What?
The Doctor is a Time Lord from the
Wait,
planet...
one of the Three Stooges? What? Mo was a Time Lord? No, that has to be a joke, right?
Gallifrey. Time Lords may look human, but couldn't be more different. Not only do they have 2 hearts, they literally...
A casualty, a causality. That's a word that I needed. Fourth wall awareness, genius intellect, hypnosis, precognition, regeneration, respirator, bypass system, time manipulation, immunity, and transfiguration.
experience time differently. They can see past, present, and future all at once. They can resist temporal phenomena such as time stops and can tamper with fixed points in time. They're effectively acausal beings.
This makes them super hard.
Time Lords always bugger up the ship's predictive assessments because they can step out of the normal chain of causal events. Okay.
To predict and nearly impossible to erase from any timeline. They can even breach the bounds of space and talk directly to you. Yes, you at home. Hello there.
Time Lords are practically walking Deus Ex Machinas. In fact, a lot of them would be proud to be called that.
Yeah, the Doc ran away for a reason. Time Lords are a bit dodgy.
The Doctor has hypnotized with a glance, resisted mind control, survived deadly radiation, and even learned transmigration. As in, the ability to summon an object out of thin air. Sounds
Dope.
crazy, but it's apparently standard fare for Time Lord Academy.
But the reason why there are so many doctors is that Time Lords have a funny way of cheating death.
Upon receiving a fatal wound, the Doctor undergoes regeneration, gaining a new, healthy body.
It's way more than that. While reloading, the Doctor has regrown lost limbs, become strong enough to knock down steel doors, and even weaponized his own time energy.
Downside being, if a Time Lord dies during regeneration, that ends the process permanently.
To date, we've seen 14 versions of the Doctor, plus a few extras mixed in here and there. Hell, by the time you're watching this, you've probably seen the 15th. Or the 16th.
The experiences each Doctor gains changes and affects the next Doctor, and the next, and so on. Each Doctor maintains the same memories, but with an all-new personality.
Some like bow ties, some like jelly babies, some kick butt with Venusian karate, and some really hate the monarchy, probably 'cause they're werewolves.
But they always have one thing in common.
They are British!
Well, one other thing in common. The Doctor always enjoys the thrill of adventure, and
Well, who doesn't love a good adventure? I mean, every now and then. I'm watching this one a lot more or less commentating, literally, because I don't know anything about Doctor Who. It does seem like a show I would like, though. It's weird, because it's like, sci-fi is such a hit or miss thing for me, because it's like, is it the type of sci-fi where it's like fun adventure, or is it a lot of like exploring different like ideological positions to like natural conclusions with like utilitarianism and stuff? Like, is it that? And it's not even like I like one more than the other. It's just kind of like it's always so. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments down below. But like, yeah, I am farming for interaction. All right, fuck off. I'm trying here, but like I don't know. Like, it's always hard for me to pick a new show to watch because it's like, it's such a time commitment, and if I end up liking it and the ending sucks, I feel so betrayed, and it just irks me.
And they've got plenty of tech to help, like the sonic screwdriver. Utilizing sonic waves to manipulate nearby objects, it can pick locks, cause detonations, and fry circuitry. It's sort of a Swiss Army plot device that
Invisibility watch, perception filters, psychic paper, sonic screwdriver, sonic sunglasses, temporal lock, the DMAT, time bracelet, time ruse, and the R2DIS. Is that the
can
TARDIS?
hack its way through most problems. The perfect pacifist tool for resolving conflict.
Oh, he's a
Its
pacifist.
only weakness is that it doesn't do wood or turkey. Though considering it can destroy machines, disrupt molecules, and even erase memories, I'll take it.
The Doctor doesn't often carry weapons.
I'm standing by this point. I have yet to see anything that combats Rick being a monster.
There's an invisibility watch, a time travel ring, psychic paper that tricks basically everyone, and perception filters that prevents others from noticing certain things, even people.
But the Doc does reluctantly have a few weapons stored away, like the dematerialization gun.
It might look slapped together with Hobby Lobby pipes, but the DMAT can literally erase you from time, as in, it causes you to have never existed in the first place.
But if you never existed, then the gun would have never needed to fire, which means you weren't wiped from existence, which means the gun would need to fire, which means...
Actually, he's paradox resistant. I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like I'm about to hear some bullshit like that where it's like he's anti-paradoxical. Listen, if you guys want to watch some dope ass time travel, fucking watch Steins Gate, please. Steins Gate is by far some of the best time travel in fiction, and I'll fight you on it. I've never seen a closed loop time travel series do better than Steins Gate, and talk about the beauty of obsession and the madness one will drive themselves to get a different outcome from the exact same inputs. It is a beautiful testament of both writing and just fiction. It's awesome. I fucking love Steins Gate. Warning though. This is a big warning. If you're gonna watch Steins Gate, understand it is 1, a slow burn, and 2, everything hits the fan at episode 13. If you watch episode 13 and go, I don't care, leave. Don't watch anymore. Not worth it. If you get to episode 13, you watch it and you go, holy shit, you're gonna binge the rest of it. I promise you. I'm not saying that to be like the first 13 episodes are bad, but think of it like setting up dominoes, like little dominoes going forward. And it's making a beautiful picture, but you have to do all the fucking setting the dominoes up with the character development and stuff. But until you get there, you just kind of have to slowly and methodically place them, because one misstep would mean that the pushover, which is episode 13, will not work.
Did you say something? That's not the only time erasing tool in the Doctor's box. But we gotta talk about, the box. Shabby blue police box on the outside. Incredible time machine that's bigger on the inside.
Assumed.
This is the TARDIS.
The time and relative dimension in space is a sentient ship that travels space in
Time and relative dimension in space. Architectural reconfiguration system. Artificial intelligence. Manipulates its own interior space and time. Temporal grace interior. Tractor beam. Transmat beam. Weather manipulator. Faulty chameleon circuit. Stuck looking at a phone booth. Stuck looking like a phone booth.
time with ease. It's strong enough to tow planets, powerful enough to stop antimatter from destroying the universe, and tough enough to tank lightning from Zeus. Yes, the god Zeus. It can even adjust its interior to an infinite degree, both in terms of space and time.
So, if the TARDIS doesn't like
The Doctor can access additional weapons in the TARDIS, the Omega Arsenal and beyond, such as the Tear of Isha, the Heart of the TARDIS, and Paradox machines, and even the moment which remains in contact with the Doctor.
inside it forever. Don't piss off the TARDIS.
Or any of the Doctor's enemies, some of the universe's deadliest monsters, Cybermen, Zygons, Weeping Angels.
And the Slitheen, the big chunky aliens that took over 10 Downing Street and couldn't stop farting.
Even when the Doctor prefers not to resort to
Ended the last great time war single-handedly, intercepted several lasers in nanoseconds, contained the celestial Toymaker's universe inside the TARDIS, punched through 20 feet of asbantium over 2 billion years. TARDIS pulled Earth halfway across the universe, defeated Cyberman, Daleks, Omega, the Master.
Fisticuffs, he's tough enough to survive bolts of lightning that vaporize an ordinary human. He's even dodged half a dozen disintegration rays, while also improvising several thousand calculations in a matter of nanoseconds.
Yeah, the Doctor's super smart. So smart, his brain once powered a 1,000-year-old supercomputer.
The Doctor's
Awesome.
outwitted cosmic entities like the Great Intelligence, the Time Lord Nemesis, the Master, and apparently the original Satan, who isn't even the most frightening alien in the multiverse, because that would be the Daleks.
All right, bear with me here. They may look like trash cans with plungers, but they can exterminate anything that gets in their way, even all of space and time, like when they battled the Time Lords to extinction in the last Great Time War.
A
Oh
war
my
that
God.
showed a darker side to the Doctor. Thrust into a conflict that put all of reality at risk, the Doctor became a warrior, a soldier, a killer.
A sight of him that had always been there, hiding just under that cheeky grin.
Finally, in a single moment, the Doctor pressed a big red button to end the war and all of Gallifrey once and for all.
As much as he didn't like the Time Lords, the Doctor cares for life above all things. So genociding his own people was the worst thing that could possibly happen.
As the
Yeah.
last of the Time Lords, the Doctor proved to be the most dangerous person in the universe. Isolation threatened to turn him into the very type of Time Lord he despised, a master who controls the laws of time, the Time Lord victorious.
And God help your immortal soul if you piss him off. If he's desperate or if you threaten his friends, you won't be prepared for how far he'll go. Like,
Is he like a shonen protagonist in that way, where like if you just kind of if you hurt one of his own, he'll come at you with the fury of God, and then like it's fine?
trapping you in every mirror in existence, imprisoning you in the event horizon of a collapsing galaxy, or suspending you in time to be used as a scarecrow.
Fortunately, Gallifrey wasn't destroyed. It turns out the Doctor, all of the Doctors, saved the Time Lords, but just forgot about it until time could catch up to them. It's complicated.
Still, even their biggest L turned
that
out
the
to be a
60th
dub in
anniversary thing?
disguise. That's how you know you're fantastic.
But a Doctor's job is never finished. Without witness, without reward, you'll never know when they'll show up to
You know what's crazy? I only knew the guy with the like really long bobby hair and David Tennant, and like when I was a kid, I thought they were the same person because of the stuff I would see about Doctor Who. I was like, oh, they're the same person. They're not. I know that now. All right, I promise I know that.
save the day. But if you happen to be up against the Doctor, there's really only one thing you can do. Run.
They made the
This
Doctor
video is
seem,
sponsored by Bet-
and I mean this in the most loving way, Doctor Who fans. They made the Doctor seem more badass than like he was. And let me explain. You have one character who is animated and the other character who is a live action person. Why does that matter? Well, in animation, I could do whatever the fuck I want because I just have to ask people to draw it. In live action, I have to figure out ways to get it made either through clever practical effects or, CGI animation and doing other stuff. Like, you can get whatever you want, it just costs more money. So that means, like, your feats aren't going to be nearly where they need to be. Now, the comics let them be a lot different because they said that there's, like, a comic universe for this. I'm still giving it to Rick Sanchez because only one of them's ruthless enough to fucking kill.
For a death battle!
So how do you stop that? Genuine.
Oh, jeez, Rick. It was my fault.
Shut the fuck up, Morty! I knew Time Lords were suicidal morons, but I didn't know they never invented rearview mirrors!
Are you sick? You're the one who hit me. Oh, go on, I'm busy.
They got
Son of a bitch, he's ignoring me?
a road rage, but I'm not gonna lie, road rage fight is probably the most realistic thing here. Can you guys fuck off?
Holy, it was shit! Keep Morty safe!
What are you... Uh-oh.
I don't think they'd land in the same spot, right? That doesn't make sense. Why would they land in the same spot? Also, I guess he does have temporal stuff, doesn't he?
No. Oh, what did they do to you?
Reference.
Right, fine. Queensbury rules? A bit of Venusian karate?
Keep quipping, asshole. Maybe you'll find a good joke on the ground next to your teeth.
On guard.
You know what? I won't lie. They're keeping the characters very consistent to what I know about them, and I respect it. Techno Warrior. Hey, look, it's Stitch vs. Rocket. Another one they've done. Cameo drop. Alright, now I want to see the background stuff. I'm sorry, everyone. That looks like a My Little Pony. There's Bill.
Quipping, asshole. Maybe you'll find a good joke on the ground next to your teeth.
Columbo, the Kira Files. Is that Ant-Man? Lips and shits.
Oh, this place looks fun. Do they have a little shop? I like little shops.
He's using a spoon. Dope. Ouch.
Well, blink as much as you can. They're scared of rapid movement.
Motherfucker.
What?
Why are there so many fucking Ricks? They're ganging up on this dude. No cap, the animation is fucking clean as hell. Like, it's genuinely clean-ass animation.
Oh, you brilliant old girl. Switching rooms around. Fantastic.
He's gonna become somebody
Fun
else.
to be the class clown till you get.
So I'm just gonna take the assumption that David Tennant is like the most recognizable Doctor Who, or like the most famous in pop culture, and I think he's gonna regenerate to the new Doctor Who I believe is a girl, and that was a problem for incels or something. I genuinely don't know. Like, I'm being so for real, I don't know. I just remember Doctor Who became a girl, and there was like 12 video essays on it for some reason.
Good shot. Now hurry up. I got a grandson waiting on me. He won't die an idiot like you.
Oh my god,
your
dude.
type. The nihilist know-it-all. But through all this wibbly-wobbly, tiny-whiny rubbish, there's one thing you never quite understood. I'm the Doctor, and I don't want to go.
How?
Quite an impressive craft, Morty. You built it yourself?
I guess so.
Then you've got a bright future ahead. Don't be a cynic.
Morty, if you forget me, I'll haunt your ass.
Who the fuck are you?
I like how they can't
Live
curse.
by the portal, die by the portal.
Let's break
Respect.
this down. First off, Rick and the Doctor could both dodge lasers, making them pretty even, so neither could reliably win a quick draw.
Also, neither have shown any consistent signs of strength all that different from an above-average human.
The Doctor could get a superhuman strength boost during regeneration, but that is fairly incidental. So as far as physical ability is concerned, neither had a significant edge.
But when it comes to weapons, Rick had way more deadly killing machines, a lot of which could wipe out whole planets, galaxies, and more. If
Yeah.
he could get the jump on the Doctor, he'd have a good chance of winning.
Of course, there's similar speeds meant he probably wasn't getting that opportunity. There's no denying his firepower was superior overall, but that still had to contend with the Doctor's technology.
Yeah, despite all of Rick's crazy inventions, most of which could kill a normal person instantly, the Doctor matched or countered pretty much all of it.
Being a Time Lord meant he could resist any time-warping trickery Rick threw at him, and the sonic screwdriver could hack and even destroy nearly
Rick's
everything
cyborg implants have been disabled or forcibly torn out of him with lesser technology than the sonic screwdriver.
Rick had. The Sonic has even disabled teleportation and time travel technology before, making it more than capable of hijacking Rick's portal gun, which has been hacked in the past.
With that gun, Rick was kind of a sitting duck.
Operation Phoenix makes killing Rick permanently almost impossible, but the Doctor's reality-altering tech like the DMAT
Rick is capable of creating the existence erasing Omega device. However, the Doctor has resisted such phenomenon and can reliably counter with their own similar devices. Okay. Yeah. Are they just gonna say that the Doctor is smarter than him? Because you gotta have to contend with that Rick was the smartest man in the universe, or was his arrogance totally his downfall?
Would be no Rick left to upload to a new body at all, effectively ending the fight in a single shot. And that was hardly the only reality warping super weapon the Doctor had access to. The Doctor's technology presented a clear advantage.
Now let's talk ships. This one's pretty clear-cut. The space cruiser was a deadly machine that towed a solar system, but the TARDIS single-handedly held off a universe-destroying event. That's an edge for the Doctor.
But perhaps most important of all was their experience and intelligence.
Rick mastered space and time to the point of becoming a veritable god.
Rick has mentioned Doctor Who before, implying to know of the Doctor Who franchise. However, there is no evidence he actually watched the show or knows any specifics about the Doctor.
But you can say the same for the Doctor, who is way older. It's kind of like the Doctor has been Rickin' for many times longer than Rick himself.
And when push comes to shove, the Doctor is just as experienced of a warrior as Rick ever was, if not more so.
11 spent 900
The central
years.
finite curve used by the Council of Ricks isolates Rick from universes where he isn't the smartest, effectively making him a big fish in a small pond.
Battling Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, and more on Trenzalore, and came out on top.
And don't forget how quickly the Doctor can formulate, calculate, and initiate plans. Like when he dodged half a dozen
Rick,
rays
more
and
destructive
improvised
weaponry, potential immortality via Operation Phoenix. His fatal flaw is arrogance. Yeah, how the fuck? Much more experience, Sonic could hack Rick's tech and weapons. No way to permanently end the TARDIS. Has tech that counters Operation Phoenix. Their fatal flaw is recklessness.
Thousands of calculations in his head to siphon the ray's energy into a teleporter, all in a matter of nanoseconds.
Rick usually relies on being the smartest guy in the room. When he's forced to battle people at his own level, he's often outsmarted, like with the Prime Rick or, gasp, a Morty.
Rick was a formidable genius, but the Doctor's incredible technology, unmatched intelligence, and thousands of years of experience gave him the win.
Makes
Geez,
sense.
I bet Rick was absolutely mortified to lose.
The winner is the Doctor.
I have the feeling that this is going to be one of those contentious death battles that people are going to be up in arms about.
Hi, I'm Ben,
Voice
voice
two.
of
Elliot Crossley, Brent Williams. Okay, cool.
Voice. Thank you so much for watching. We are about to announce the...
Well, either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't mind, just like, comment, share, subscribe. Question of the day, as always. Who was your favorite Doctor, and what season of Rick and Morty is your favorite? Besides that, hope all you have a good one. Bye-bye.